In this session, we're going to work with how to add pages to your WordPress site for CSU extension. And I want to start with showing you something that you don't want to do, which is to have pages automatically added to your top navigation bar up here. We're going to go to our dashboard. We're going to go to Appearance and then over to Menus. Here is that top nav menu we just looked at. And here are the menu items that we just saw listed on our top nav above our content on our main page. And I just want to point out menu settings, automatically add new top-level pages to this menu is turned off. That should be turned off by default, but I just want to make sure it is because you don't want to have every page that you add to your site suddenly appear on that top navigation bar. Let me now scroll up so I can get to the top part of our left side navigation here in the dashboard. I'm going to go to Pages and All Pages, and this will list every page on our WordPress site. This includes pages that are on our top nav, such as the training need survey. It involves pages that are inside our site and not on that top nav, such as the Echo 360 training guide. And it also includes drafts, meaning pages that have been written but have yet to be published onto the site. And let me also point out while I'm here that whenever you hover over a page, you get these four options: trash a page, view a page, do a quick edit on a page. I'll click that really quickly so you can see this is mostly metadata, meaning the title, the slug, the date, the author, and so on. And then finally, you can also, as I navigate back, edit the page itself, and this gives all the editing tools that you'll see when you start a page from scratch. Creating a new page is very easy. You can either go to the Add New button up here or the Add New command over here and click it, and here is our Add New Page dialog box. This is fairly easy stuff. You add your title right here, you add your text right here. Here are the standard set of icons that you would see on most word processing software. And then here is the formatting tool that allows you to choose whether it's going to be a specific type of heading or whether it's going to be paragraph text. So here we have the text of a very basic page in WordPress. Our title is up here, 4-H in El Paso County. And then we have our text down here, all formatted as paragraph. So the first thing we want to do is make our first line here, rather than being a paragraph, we'll give it a heading 2, which allow it to be bold and then a little stronger. Let's also bold 500 using the B button, and we'll bold 200 as well. We have a link down here at the bottom, so I will select that link text. I will click the Insert or Edit Link option. I can link to existing pages down here. I can search those pages using the search box right here, or in this case, I'm simply going to paste in the URL. And if I want to, I can open that link in a new tab. Since it's a new website, I will choose that option, Open Link in New Tab, and then I'll click Add Link. And this is what we have so far. We'll talk much more about adding media in future lessons, but very quickly here, I want to go to the Add Media button, click it. I have this picture in my media library already loaded, so I click it once to select it, and then in the lower right, I click Insert into Page. It goes roughly here in the center of my page. This can be a little tricky to drag to the correct spot. I'll show you an easier way to do this in just a second. For now, we'll drag it over here, and then we're going to click onto the picture, a left click onto the picture, and I have alignment options. I'm going to choose Align Left, and we're now aligned left just under our title. So there's how to add a picture to our page. Now over here under Publish on the right side, I can save this as a draft. I can publish it using the blue button here, or I can preview the page. This is what I'm going to do now. I'll click Preview, and this is what our page looks like. We're back in our dashboard and back at our page 4-H in El Paso County. Let's start to make some smaller tweaks on this. The first thing I want to do is make this URL, this permalink, easier to remember. So I'm going to click Edit, and that edit allows me to go into this URL and change the last bit of it, meaning the bit after that final /. And I want to simply change this to 4-H El Paso. And I will get rid of the rest of it. I'll click OK. And we've now changed our link. So this might be a easier link name to remember, particularly when I'm linking to this page from other parts of my website. Let's move a little further down to the visual and text tabs. Thus far, we've been working in visual mode, design mode, which gives us a rough idea of what our page will look like. If I go to the text tab, however, I can see the underlying HTML for our page. For instance, here's our H2 tag for that number 2 header, what's happening in 4-H right now. At the very bottom, I have the tag that links the www.4h.org to the actual URL that we're working with. And then up here, we have something interesting. I talked before about there's an easier way to position your photograph a little more exactly. Right now, we have our photograph inserted between the letters O and the letter U right here. So this is kind of an odd spot to put our picture and not really where we want it to go. So I'm going to Control and X to cut that out. I'm going to move my cursor to just before the beginning of the paragraph and then use Control and V to paste it back in. So you can use the Text tab to work with the HTML within your page. Let's go ahead and save this as a draft. So we'll go to this upper right section and click Save Draft. And now that it's saved, we can go to All Pages, and we can see that here it is, and it's labeled as a draft. I'm going to show you one more thing, and we'll call it a day. I'm going to go to that Quick Edit option that we saw at the very beginning and point out a few things. One is the slug, and you'll notice the slug is the name that we gave the permalink to when we were editing our page. You can rename that yet again using this Quick Edit option. The other thing you can do here is password protect your page in that manner so that nobody can get into the page without using that password. And finally, you can allow comments or not allow comments using that option. And that is very quickly how you build a page in WordPress.